live from what might be a death chamber. This is Terrestrial Nomad, the podcast.
And
Shepherd's here.
In case something happens.
In case.
This is the only thing that's found. Like, let it be known that I was here.
Yeah. What did I call this? I just forgot what I even said. Oh my god.
Death chamber?
Death chamber. What might be a death chamber?
Gas chamber?
No. That's my worst nightmare. But I just think that, like, this is, like, where people come to before they get eaten. This is, like, the waiting room. This is why I don't watch scary movies. I strictly avoid all scary movies because, well, alright. We gotta backtrack. And then we'll work our way into how we got ourselves into this situation.
The last time we talked was Goat Rocks.
Yes.
Possibly.
The first day after Goat Rocks, the next day we woke up and we were all just chilling on that ridge. And we hung out for
Hard Nero for sure.
probably like, I don't know.
We left
probably like 3:30 or something. Maybe did about, I keep looking back in the windows because I'm a little scared.
I know, I'm standing over you.
Hey, actually,
this window.
you know what? I'll position myself over here, and then.
Should we open these blinds to see?
No. If anything, I would like to cover this window.
I don't know. Kind of right now, I want to be on the lookout.
There's this other room with no windows.
Yeah, I know.
That might be like the sleeping spot, and that can lock, and we can lock this door too, and we can sleep with our trekking poles.
I'm gonna sleep with my knife. Actually,
my knife sucks. Yeah. Just get your knife out. Actually, maybe not, because then it's like. Well, anyways, back to Goat Rocks. Day 2 in Goat Rocks. Sort of day 2. It's hard to explain. The day after the last recording. We got out at about 3:30. The hike out there was spectacular.
Great views to the south of Mount Adams.
Mount St. Helens.
That views of St. Helens.
And then Rainier at the very end there.
Yeah, and then right before the knife's edge, you start to get that view of Rainier, which was awesome because.
Do you know the name of the lake that's like perched up there?
No idea.
I don't either. It's the Alpine Blue.
It's this amazing
or what do they call
teal color.
I guess that's an Alpine lake. It's kind of like teal
Alpine lake.
Yeah, that thing was really cool. I got some cool pictures of that. Whole setup there.
Basically, first dinner there, I guess, or late lunch. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
And then took off over the knife's edge, which was like super sketchy. Well, I wouldn't say super sketchy, but I mean,
it was really
a
couple of times.
Yeah, it was really windy.
Yeah.
And so like wind gusting up, and it was cold.
Yeah, cold, gusty.
Great sunset views going through there, though. That was amazing.
Yeah, that was unreal.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, too. We didn't go up Old Snowy.
No, we took the official PCT route, actually.
It's kind of weird.
Last year was the equestrian route, and then Old Snowy was the hiker route.
Yeah, I couldn't believe, like, a horse on that.
Oh, on the equestrian side? Yeah, no, it's super sketch because it's all shale that's...
if the wind's blowing super hard, I don't think
the trail was washed out in some sections, remember, where like shale had slid down, rock slides and stuff, so...
Yeah, and it's a long way down.
Yeah, it's 2.5 miles across that ridge, I think, something like that. So.
Well, I mean, if you fall, like, you're going...
it's...
You're going down, like, 1,400 feet.
Saw some more goats going through there.
Yeah, we did see those goats, like a shit ton of goats.
Yeah.
Or a fuck ton, rather. The knife's edge.
Got down, it was the janky campsite.
The janky campsite was just like those trees right after the water when you get down off the knife's edge into the tree line. And, no one slept on a flat surface, but it was cool. I mean, it was just kind of out of the wind, so...
Yeah, it was an area that looked like, deer had been
pooping, yeah.
It that and just kind of living there, like, because it was kind of matted down, like how they all sleep or whatever. But
do they shit where they sleep?
I wouldn't be surprised. They're pretty fucking retarded.
Yeah, deers are kind of automatons. Yeah, but yeah, janky campsite for sure.
And then we were heading down to White Pass the next day. Which is, there's a little climb in there, but it's pretty mellow, really.
Yeah.
Some people are freaking out about it, but I guess after the Wonderland, like, perspective on the elevation profile changes a little bit.
Yeah, it was pretty doable.
It started snowing on us, though.
Oh yeah, we got that snow into quite a bit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like kind of a wake-up call.
And then we ran it.
I was like, okay, I get it, but I'm not that far into Washington. Can you chill out?
And we ran into Paint.
Oh yeah, Paint Your Wagon was fucking headed south. That was awesome.
Yeah.
It was cool, like, to see them.
Paint took like 10 days in White Pass.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand how you do that, but props to you, Paint. You seem to know how to zero hard.
Yeah, he needs to. Does he have a Facebook page?
I'm sure he does.
We need to add him to the
Jar Track.
Yeah, he needs
Totally.
to be inaugurated. Yeah, he's for sure. Yeah, and then we got into White Pass.
We took the shortcut, the alternate. So if you're gonna be hiking in the future, take the
chairlift 2.
Chairlift.
Was it H2?
It was chairlift H20 trail that comes off of the PCT as you're coming down from Goat Rocks, heading into White Pass. If you're going to White Pass to the store or whatever.
It's right after the second reminder that you left Goat Rocks. The boundary changed, but they left the old sign, so you're like, now leaving Goat Rocks. Or Goat Rocks Wilderness, or whatever. And then the next sign, like half a mile later, Goat Rocks Wilderness.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's right after
that shortcut basically parallels the PCT, but takes like a 4-wheel drive kind of a trail down. Yeah. And it drops you off right across the street from where you want to be. So saves you the half-mile road walk out from the trail and all that. So
it's solid because there was a girl pretty far ahead of us, and then we kind of not ran down that thing. It was just steep, so you just go fast.
Well, the PCT was real steep. Also.
Oh, was it? Okay. Yeah. I mean, and then we got down that. And then, like, we actually ended up beating her. Yeah, not that we were racing. We just realized that the store was about to close, and she just barely got in before they closed. And might I add,
store closes at 6 promptly, very promptly,
very promptly. Please be sure that you know that they're closing at 6, and you will be reminded a few times. Very nice, helpful ladies, but they leave on time. Okay, so just. Remember that.
No.
Like, they were very, very, very anal about that. I got 3 packages there. Yeah, one was I shipped from Ashland, the store there. That was a cool resupply. And then I got a box from a guy I used to work with, Tony. Thanks, Tony. That was awesome of you. Won't get into what he shipped to me. It was great. And then I got a new pair of shoes, but I did a return to sender back to home because I'm going to take these Hokas that Clutch gave me. I think I've talked about that. Clutch gave me a pair of Hokas, and I've been wearing them. Yeah, definitely. Because of the Wonderland Trail, I definitely. But anyway, I'm gonna wear these bad boys all the way to Canada. They're crazy shoe glued, and I still have half of a can left, so I reckon they're gonna be shredded for sure. For sure, they're already falling apart, but they're gonna make it. Or I'm not
350 miles on shoe good, dude. You can do it.
Or I can hike a box of some other shoes. It doesn't matter.
Totally.
Yeah, I can figure it out.
There was a decent set of ultras in the hiker box.
I saw them.
A little bit free, probably.
White Pass, yeah.
You can make it work. You've done it before.
Yeah, I know. I'm good at it for sure. And then, I got those to send back home, so I'll use those for another hike some other day. And
we decided to stay in that inn.
Oh, yeah.
Stayed in the inn at White
We
Pass.
stayed in the inn, $130 for 4 people. We were like, it all felt, to us, it felt steep, but, we just were. We bit the
cold.
bullet. It was worth it. I
It was
don't
cold,
care.
dude.
Yeah,
we needed to charge.
We all bought beers, and then we didn't want to drink cold beers outside, and it's
in the cold.
Yeah. So we got the room and had dinner and showers, and we watched TV. Oh, I guess Hero was just watching football most of the time.
Yeah.
I was just playing on the internet. It was just fun.
Yeah.
It was great getting on the internet. I was like, this is awesome. Stayed there the night, hung out. Nothing really significant happened there.
No.
Quite a bit of hikers out.
Yeah. Late checkout. We found a late checkout.
Yeah, we just sort of left late. And I wrote on the note, I didn't even see the guy in there. I just dropped the key and I wrote on a napkin, room 123, thanks. The key. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah. Cool.
I mean, I could have just said it there. The key says 123 on it. He would have known. And we cleaned it up. But I was just like, felt weird. I wrote a note. And then I was like, the note seemed weird. It's like, thanks. I don't know. The guy was cool. Anyway. Stayed there tonight. And then while we were staying there, since Washington is legal marijuana recreationally, we decided that, we just looked for a dispensary that was the closest. And there was one off the, I'm saying it it is a whole thing. And this sounds ridiculous, I know. And if someone doesn't smoke, I think they're going to be like, you're dumb.
Yeah.
But okay, so we looked for nearest dispensary. We want to support this legal weed, this recreational decision. We're all about it. We support it. And we're also, I think I said on the other one, dangerously low in our supplies. But anyway, we went and looked, and we checked out weed maps, and there was one in Yakima, and we were we woke up this morning and double checked, got the number, called the number a bunch of times. They didn't answer, and I was thinking if I worked at a dispensary, I would just not answer the phone. I would. And it seemed fine to me for some reason. That response.
I had warning signs going off all over it. And they weren't answering the phone to me. I don't know.
No, yeah. And then, so anyways, long story short, me and Shepard start hitching. This place said they had a 10% military, 15% military discount.
Yeah, so I'm with you.
And Shepard's, is it ex-military? Is that the
veteran?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's also a veteran discount.
Also, thank you.
Veterans.
Yeah, thanks to all the veterans out there listening too. And so anyway, I was like, you have to come too because then you would get the discount. And so it's just us two. We leave Redwood and Hero behind, and we head out hitching for Yakima.
Yeah.
Spend about 30 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Got a ride from I forgot his name.
Mike?
I think so. He was pretty cool. The hitch started out with 2 country songs that were weird. They were new country. I'd never heard anything like that.
Some pop, weird.
It was pop
country.
country. It was interesting, and the lyrics were awful. It was like a rap song, country pop. It was weird. Yeah. Not that, I love rap, but it was just not what.
It was a very unique hybrid.
Yeah, it was cool.
Very different type of music.
Yeah, real weird. Anyway, it started off with those 2 songs, and I thought, okay, this is an hour-long hitch we're getting ourselves into. Real nice guy. He was out there fishing from Montana, grew up on the foothills of Mount St. Helens.
Yep.
He was an awesome dude. Told us about a bit about Washington and whatnot. it was a great ride, great hitch, and we were happy. Anyway, just bashing his music, not the guy. He's awesome. But he redeemed himself when he played the album Back in Black, AC/DC. I was like, nice. In my mind, I was like, I own this record. I think that's kind of cool. Like, I'd listen to, and then as it played through, I was like getting more and more into the song, and we were both kind of singing.
Yeah, I noticed that. I really don't like AC/DC,
but
I was like, you know what, this is better than this country pop, whatever stuff. You know?
I love AC/DC.
That's in Texas.
That's great. Dude, they actually, like a couple of years ago, they made a AC/DC pinball machine. It was like one of the newer ones that came out.
Uh-huh.
And for a while, it was like the hot shit in the place. Well, anyway, it's a good pinball machine.
So we got the hitch into...
Yeah, we got the hitch into Yakima, get out of the car wherever he was going, this Taco Bell to eat. And I didn't even, like, try to say, like, hey, can you give us a ride to this place? Or I don't think we even told him where we were going.
No, we didn't.
We just said Yakima. And so then this is quite the doozy of a story. This has been a full day of adventure, and it's like, I don't know, maybe 9 or 10 at night. And anyways, okay, I got to stay on track here. Focus.
So we were trying to get to the dispensary.
Yes, trying to
get from the Taco Bell.
From the Taco Bell.
On like 40th and something. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
anyway.
Does not matter. Fruitvale or something. Anyway, we walk down this street. I have mapped the wrong place. We walk about 1.5 miles out of the way, and then I finally get the thing to where the dispensary.
Dumb and Dumber. They start driving cross country in the wrong direction.
Yeah, there was some mistakes made, and then I searched the actual place, and we start walking down. I think it was like 5.
It was like 6 or 8 miles or something.
I think it was 6 miles. So basically it's 6 miles, and it's just throwing us all
through neighborhoods and random place.
Not many people have seen as much of Yakima as we have seen of Yakima.
And we walked through half a day.
we walked through just straight right through the whole thing. It was interesting. I don't know. It was cool. It's a pretty cool
Arkansas.
It felt like Prairie Grove, Arkansas.
Yeah,
that's how it felt.
Maybe that's just Nebraska.
I don't know, but anyway, so we're getting like pretty far into this walk, and we're getting sweaty and hot, tired. We haven't eaten since breakfast, and it's like about 4:30, and this place closes at 6. We're like cutting it close to even making it to this place on time. Neither of us have cash. We still need to hit an ATM. We don't know what we're doing. We're just like making a crazy attempt at this thing. And then all of a sudden, this lady stops, and I could tell she wanted to talk because she, was already getting her window down, and she was oncoming, and she stopped and she said, "Hey, you guys,
here's $20.
Yeah, she kind of just handed me $20 and said, "Hey," she was like, "Go buy your guys, buy yourself a nice dinner and blah blah blah," and then I think she asked like where we were traveling, or something. We ended up telling her.
She felt like she thought we were homeless.
I think that's initially what happened, that she thought we were homeless, but then when we told her still what it was, she was just like, "Oh, that's great," blah blah blah, and then asked, and I think she said, "Is there anything I can do?" Or
no,
help?
I kind of looked at you like, asked for a ride, and you're like, looked over at her and you're like, "Hey, is there any chance we can get a ride from you?"
Yeah, actually, I think I probably initiated it because I didn't think it was going to happen, and
she had her kid in the back.
Yeah, it was
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, real nice lady, and so we get in her car, and I'm like, "Yeah, we're just headed down to this one street where the dispensary's on," but
you didn't tell her that it was a dispensary.
And the reason I didn't tell her was because about 20 minutes before she stopped, another man stopped and asked us if we were PCT hikers. And we said yes. And he said, "My son-in-law is on the PCT." And I forgot what he said his name was. Probably best we don't say it anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Not that it matters.
Yeah.
And And anyway, he said, my son-in-law is on PCT, and we're like, oh, that's great, that's cool. And we're like, hey, do you think we could get a ride? And he's like, yeah, well, he was kind of like, yeah, where are you going? And I was like, oh, well, I thought this time, wait, not this time, it was the first time. I just thought that I should be honest with him where we were going, just in case maybe, I don't know. So I just said, we're going to go to this dispensary and resupply. And he was like, well, what's a dispensary? And I was like, oh, for medical marijuana. And he was like, oh, okay, yeah, well, I'm actually going to like, the west, so I can't really give you a ride. And then I was like, I don't know if, I'm sure that he was going to the west anyway, but I think if I didn't say that we were going to go try to buy weed, he probably would have went out of his way to give us a ride. And I also don't blame him or anything, so no worries. And then I realized that was kind of a dumb move, and I think Yakima is probably maybe a little more conservative. But anyway, and then when this guy pulled up, the lady with the kid, when she pulled up, she said, oh, where are you going on that street? And I said, oh, well, we're just going to meet a friend, and then we're kind of going to rendezvous there and figure out what we're going to do. And she was like, okay, cool. And where's your friend? And is he at this house or whatever?
Well, because it ended up being like a neighborhood that we
so we kind of ended up getting out to this airport / farmland / like one row of a house on one main highway. So she was kind of like, I don't want to just drop these guys off wherever. And we were like, no, this is cool. This is fine right here. And I just never said, because there was a couple during our conversation, I could tell that that would not probably be too acceptable. And she was also coming from a really nice place in her heart.
She had she was driving a new Buick SUV. I think that kind of helps. I don't know.
Yeah, she was. yeah, really super nice. And then she gave us apples as she was leaving. She's like, "Oh, I just bought this huge 20-pound thing of apples. You guys want an apple?"
Yeah, which was great because I needed a snack or something.
Yeah, and it was awesome. That snack was great. Okay, so then we're getting dropped off at this quote-unquote dispensary that we saw on Weed Maps. We get there, and this is just a house. The address is a house. It's the same. The numbers are the same. We're on the right street. There's no discrepancies. We're at this dispensary, and it's just a house on this farmland. And we're kind of confused, and I think that I realized on there that it was something might have been just delivery only or by appointment or actual medical or something like that. But I knocked on the door and no one was home. So we kind of gave up. It just was not, we were expecting an actual place with, an establishment, and that would have felt, well, anyway, it was just, it wasn't open. It's probably not in business. I'm not really sure. But anyway, so that didn't work out. We are on the other end of Yakima at this point. I mean, we are
way away from the town.
7 miles away from the highway we hitched on, and we're deep into this farm, airport, industrial area, and we start getting on our phones. We got service there. It's a big town. And we get back on
T-Mobile, and I had LTE everywhere. So
it's
good.
Got back on. We found this other dispensary.
Yeah.
Located in
Union Gap.
Union Gap. I'm glad that I can also say that I've been through Union Gap. So at this point, we're like, hey, it's 6 miles from here. Let's start trying to hitch, and we'll see what happens. And we kind of gave up on hitching immediately because I called, and the guy that I talked to, real friendly guy, they're open till 8, and they have an ATM inside of their place, which solved our problem. And it was great. It was just 6 miles away. That was the only negative part. So we go all the way down this street, 5, 6 miles, 7 miles.
5 or 6 miles.
Oh, no. It's 6 total. We probably go 5 miles into this town and then go right down Main Street. And the place was called 420.
I took a picture.
Yeah, I don't remember. It was called like 420 something LLC. Anyway, it's on Main Street in Yakima. Probably Google them. They're somewhere. But anyway, yeah, we called them. They were like, we're up until 8. So we just hauled ass. Didn't even try to hitch, which was probably smart because there was a shit ton of cops like everywhere.
Yeah,
And
just everything kind of felt sketchy.
Like, yeah, just you wouldn't want to even really hitch here. That's how it felt. And then, yes, well, yes. And then we end up walking to this place, and we get there at about 6?
Yeah.
6:30 maybe?
Something like that.
And, we get in there, and it's pretty expensive. We're from California, and we've had medical cards in California, and there's definitely a different pricing there. And there's always like something cheap too in California. Like there's always just something that's like a crazy deal, and it might not even be that good of weed, but it's cheap. But anyway, that's what we were kind of looking for, some bargain weed, and it was pretty pricey, but great quality. Like everything.
We haven't opened it up yet.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and so it's pretty sweet. And then let's see. So we got some stuff. And we got some stuff for our friends. Not a whole lot total, within the legal amount, and it's just like. But anyway, it's for. Yeah, it's gonna go. It's just kind of funny what the prices were. We're not expecting it. If it was
$95 for a quarter of flour on the low side,
mm-hmm.
and $55 for a quarter of shake.
Mm-hmm.
So just to let people know what things are going for.
I'm sure that will change.
Yeah, I mean.
But it's a cool place. I would just recommend going there. And then the local guy that we met later, who we'll get into, was telling us that that's like one of the best places anyway. So that's where I would go if I was you. Mm-hmm. And they could also sponsor this episode if they wanted to. I don't know how we could work something out. You guys can get in touch with me if you work there. Anyway, and then after that, we go across the street and we start eating at this place called
Peppermint Stick.
Peppermint Stick. I'm glad you remembered it because it was on the tip of my tongue, but I didn't remember it. And it was called like Drive-In. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Peppermint Stick Drive-In. It's kind of like an old
whatever.
It was cool. It was pretty good. I got the Well, anyway, we don't have to talk about the food.
No.
Really good burgers. And
burgers and fries,
yeah,
sodas.
Burgers, fries, sodas. Refills on the sodas. Killing Dr. Peppers. And we're hanging out there, and we're thinking okay, it's going to be super hard to stealth camp here. It's not.
The weather's kind of swingy too.
The weather looks like it could definitely rain tonight, which that means we would have to set up tents, which does not stealth ever. You're not going to stealth.
It's so hard to do.
And then there's also nothing around. The KOA got shut down or something like that. There's just nowhere to camp. And we're sitting there eating, and this guy walks by, and I just caught his eye, and I was looking at him please talk to me. Because I just want to, I think I asked him first, hey, do you know of any cheap places to camp around here? And he was like, please, cheap places to camp? No. In his mind, he was like, no, it's and he's like, well, I got this room. I just started renting this building. You could stay there if you wanted. He's like, that'd be pretty cheap. And I was like, okay, well, how much are you thinking? And he's $15. And it's got a heater. It's indoors.
Yeah, it's
so,
indoors. Matters. We're not even using the heater right now.
No, I'm not. I don't even think we need to.
No,
it's just we're indoors. It's
yeah.
And the way we also justified it was that lady from it wasn't even a hitch. It was the pickup thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what you'd call it, but it was cool. It was actually we'd call it trail magic.
Dogs across the street barking.
Yeah. Do you want to look at it?
Kind of scared.
I know. We're also still recording. All right,
I know.
I'm gonna catch you up to speed while Shepard looks out the windows. Anyway, we are. What am I trying to get at? We end up renting the room for $15 a night. It's from the guy we met, Dan. Real nice dude. Pretty eccentric guy, real cool. He restores barracudas, and he's just kind of. He's a talker, man. He really loves to talk. He's got really interesting stories. He's an interesting guy, a little charismatic, so he kind of gets you sucked in. But he actually gave us a couple bong rips and talked our ears off. But it was cool, and me and Shepard both agreed that it was worth it. The guy was interesting. That sculpture that he made,
sculpture was pretty intense.
I wanted to ask if I could take a photo of it, and I thought like that he would be like mad. For some reason, I was like, he doesn't, I don't know. I think he might like be like, what? No, like. But anyway, so yeah, he had some cool art and stuff, and anyway, and then he walked us back to the place, and then the whole situation. We kind of went over to this guy's. Okay, so we met a guy behind Peppermint Stick and then smoked with him and then like ended up in this back room.
We were in his bedroom.
Yeah, we were in his bedroom kind of hanging out on some chairs and smoking, and he was kind of showing his stuff. It felt like
showing us like all kinds of art that he made when he was a kid.
Yeah, just stuff around the room.
Telling us about his whole life story.
It was cool. It was a real like solid like information punch. Just a good punch of information in there, and I absorbed all of it. That's why I said charismatic, because I'm kind of like most people. I just sort of tune out, or that's what happens when people kind of like, oh no,
right?
Especially about themselves, it's sort of you kind of are like, all right, that's enough. But yeah, with him, I don't know. I was like enthralled. I don't know why. And I was so allergic to his cat. I know that cat lives in that room.
And it was like super stuffy and shit.
It was.
I mean,
so anyway,
this place stinks now, but
anyway, anyway, so he walks us back to the room. Barely lets us get in before.
We had to push to get like out of there.
We aggressively got ourselves back in the room, so this room, like if I can describe it to you,
it's an office building.
It's sort of like an old office building connected to like a.
It's like an add-on to a garage door.
Yeah, a little room off of a garage, and then there's like a vintage shop next door, and then there's like a couple empty, creepy buildings, sort of. I mean, like by the time any of this goes out, I'm sure there'll be an establishment here. So it's not like it's this like future place that he's going to build up, which will be a thing one day.
Right.
But right now, it's a shell of a old existence of some. What I'm saying is it's creepy. Why is it?
Yeah.
Creepy?
What are you saying?
Why is it creepy in here? It's like I don't know. It's something about this room. Just there being nothing in here except for like there's lights and a heater. There is like a weird old desk, and he left a radio in here for us, which is cool. And he set it on the oldies. But then when we walked in, what's it was playing?
Oh, Duran Duran.
Duran was playing. And I had Hungry the Wolf, and I was having this like vision that it was like a Patrick Bateman, like Huey Lewis, but his was like Duran Duran. I don't know, and so it felt a little creepy. And the way the windows are set up is like it's like it's adjacent to all residential property, so it's sort of like. On the corner of a bunch of... So, like, the windows...
There's houses across the street.
On both sides, yeah. And, like, the windows are low and big, and then you don't have covers. So, it feels like we're on, like, display. That's maybe where I'm thinking that, like... as far as, like, the death chamber, when I was saying, like, it feels like we're waiting to be eaten. It's, like, the window, Like, I don't know.
The windows
and the viewers kind of I don't know. There's something.
Oh, like we're on display.
Yeah. And then I don't even trust that room.
It's kind of like a thing out of
Saw. We could put that desk like in front of that door. I don't think it'll.
Dude, that could be like so weird. Like in the morning, if he comes over, and it's just like he's like, "What the?"
I wouldn't do it.
These guys,
Yeah.
They boarded themselves in here. They're pretty weird. Like, what's going on? Like,
no, we're gonna just like leave early.
Yeah.
So anyway, we got ourselves into this situation, and
so now we're a lot of miles off trail. Got to hitch a lot of miles back. Our friends are waiting for us with very, very needed supplies.
They're gonna be hating life sitting at White Pass that much.
Yeah.
Like we're having this constant like change of environment.
Yeah, we're doing stuff. They're
I mean,
like stationary.
Yeah, I think as far as like long distance hiking goes, you're kind of like you will get like kind of crazy, you know, if you're in a place too long. Like anytime. Well, it's nice sometimes for sure, but like so you can start going like 2 days at a place that shit costs money, you know. Like on trail, you can just stay somewhere all day.
Yeah.
But like in a town, you're like only thing you can do is spend money.
Mm-hmm.
Like they might even be talking about getting a room or something. I told them to ask someone to like crash with them.
They said they were gonna go camp on trail or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's what it texted me.
He told me he was gonna update us. Yeah. So tomorrow. Well, anyway, we're hanging out in the whatever death chamber or whatever I called it. I don't know. Also, I would recommend going to the burger place or the peppermint steak.
Yeah.
I'd recommend it. If you're in town, you come through, go in there. I don't know, tell them we sent you.
They won't remember.
They don't know who we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go in there. It's pretty darn good. Yeah, so we're just hanging out in here now. Tomorrow we'll hitch up.
Yeah.
Do a little resupply. Hitch out, and then meet back up with our friends.
Yeah,
it's gonna
hike in the rain for the indefinite future.
Yeah.
Rain and or snow.
A couple days of rain and snow ahead of us. I mean, we're in Washington. It's here.
Yeah, I was listening to the truck that's like pulling up or something.
I don't think any trucks pulling up. Anyway, both of us are a little nervous.
Just a little. It just the whole situation just kind of feels a little interesting. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sketchy.
Yeah.
Like weird. I don't know. I mean, it worked out perfect.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah, no, I don't think we're gonna have any problems. This is just one of those things where, it'll be a funny story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
It'll be one of those Paiute Mama stories.
Yeah.
No one ever got hurt, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
that one time we went like super far off trail to go buy legal weed in the state of Washington.
Yeah. I mean,
when it wasn't in the vending machine back in the old days.
Yeah, it's a darn shame that it wasn't.
It'll probably be that way by the time this thing gets released.
That'd be cool. I hope so. I hope it's already a thing.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that is where we're at. We wanted to. This all just went down like.
It's fresh recording.
As soon as this all ended, the last talking to as we were walking into this place, our bags are still packed. I just ripped this recorder out and started going to town because we wanted to get it fresh,
immediate,
and all the information. I don't know. It was just quite the day.
Yeah, a lot happened. A lot of walking, a lot of hitching. A lot of navigating. A lot of.
What
a lot of little pieces of magic that just popped up for everything to work together, like snacks and $20 for $15 room for getting resupplies and all that, like finding this room like as it was getting dark, like meeting the guy and everything else. Like,
yeah. It was all kind of also based on a joke.
yeah,
We were like joking, 40 miles to Yakima.
yeah, and then I don't know. Somehow it got serious.
Well, we got in the morning and we were like, let's just try to hitch.
Yeah.
Didn't realize what we were getting ourselves into. Didn't check any actual miles.
Yeah.
Total miles new. It's like 46. But then I didn't realize that when we got off to 12, it was going to be 7 miles away. And then...
The place wasn't even a real thing.
Yeah, we were just kind of going on the hopes, and then I was thinking like maybe just look for one on the way or something. But and what's funny is that I bet since it's so new and recreational and like that other place wasn't listed in weed maps, I bet there's a bunch that it's possible we walked by one.
Yeah,
we didn't even
like one matches.
Our discreet little Dude,
wouldn't that be some
you
shit?
should Google that on your phone right now.
It's not going to be listed. That's the point.
No, but remember, if you use the browser, that's a great way. Because the other one on mine worked out as a growler. Or as a, what did I say? Growler. There's dogs barking in the background.
It's really distracting.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
this whole area, by the way, is full of just like little yippy yappy dogs.
Yeah, all over the place, just 24/7 yapping.
Like, I haven't seen a full size dog yet.
Yeah.
Seen a lot of dogs though. Just no big ones.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, man.
Yeah, this place has a very unique vibe to it. This area, for sure.
Yeah, and I don't even know how to describe it. Union Gap, Washington. You're interested.
Oh, and we saw a fire today too while we were walking.
Brush fire.
Yeah, and we saw the fire truck go by to go put it out.
We saw it it looked like we might have even seen it all happen.
Yeah.
Because we were walking so long.
Like the smokes, I noticed the smoke start up.
Yeah. I think
and then a mile later, the fire truck passed us, and then a mile later, we saw it put out. And we passed it.
Yeah. That was cool. There was what I think was a dead wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
It was hard to look at, but sometimes I try not.
This is not the area for a wolverine. That's the one thing. But yes, I do. The description of it.
Originally, I said beaver.
Yeah.
It didn't have that big of a tail.
Yeah.
Did I tell you that we saw a dead beaver in the water? When we went to the Bishop Hostel, Matt took us out in the van to Owens River.
Yeah.
And he was like, I know the best spot. There's not a lot of people there, and it's a really cool little area. And he showed us where to walk up to, and he's like, I didn't have any service, so he's like, I'll just come back in 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, cool. And we're all swimming all day. It's me, Jim Stone, Crunch, Simba, Amanda, and maybe someone else. And we're skinny dipping the whole day. It was cool. And then later in the day, me and Touche started swimming way up the river. Mm-hmm. And we found this cool big pool that was real open, and the current wasn't strong. It just kind of stayed in there. And we noticed in the back area there was this dead floating animal that had been going downstream towards us all day. And I swam back super fast, got out of the water, and I was like, there's a dead animal, something floating in there, everybody get out, I don't know, it just felt gross. We were dunking our heads and diving, and anyway, that was definitely a beaver. When we got back up and looked at it, it was gross.
Did you guys that's when you guys all got sick after that too, wasn't it? After Bishop?
Oh.
Didn't you guys all get sick?
Oh, dude.
Hero was with you?
Hero wasn't with us at the swimming hole, but he was with us eventually at the hostel. Or we met up on...
No, he was with you guys because he was with you guys out of Lone Pine. He would have been with you there too.
Oh, he was there.
Yeah.
Because he stayed with us at the Bishop Hostel. I remember him. Yeah, I would always play the ukulele there.
You guys all got sick and thought it was because of Sunshine's friend. Maybe it was because of the dead beaver in the water.
Holy shit.
Dude, we've been having a lot of epiphanies lately. I don't know if we mentioned we figured out the whole redwood thing.
Wait, I don't know if I ever told the story. Oh no, I must have. Captain Crunch, we went over it a bunch of times when we were sick. But back in those days in the Sierras when we were sick, now it might have been that. Okay, so if you go back and listen, actually, if you're a fan of this show, you should be.
If you're listening now, you've already heard this story.
Was it after Bishop or was it before?
It was after Bishop because it was coming into Mammoth. Right?
I don't remember.
That's what I remember everybody.
But it could have been.
About.
We thought it was out of Lone Pine because we stayed with Peter in Lone Pine.
Mm-hmm.
Voldemort, Legolas, whatever. Anyway, we stayed with him in Lone Pine, so we thought that it was out of Lone Pine. And if you're a real big fan and you know your stuff, I want you to answer that question for me. I'll listen to it another day, but I think I'm like 50-50. And then what was the other epiphany you were going to say?
The Mia phone number. Figured out it was for Redwood.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say that someone said Mia Johnson, I'm a Johnson.
Well, it's I'm going to call me a Johnson. Don't call me a dick. Yeah. That's how I always thought it. That's why I thought it was kind of funny that you guys kept going on and on and on about it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, Mia Johnson was out there.
But Mia had a Salt Lake City number, and Redwood's trying to go to Salt Lake City after trail.
Yeah.
And so she was trying to give him a ride or something.
That'd be cool.
That was the conclusion that we came up with.
That
Because it was, everybody was wondering who it was intended for.
It made sense.
It's some other shit, but
yeah, cool stuff's been happening. All right, I think I'm gonna end with this. I'm kind of tired of talking.
Yeah.
That all happened today. You can imagine we're pretty exhausted. I kind of want to eat some snacks or something.
Yeah, totally.
And then there's a newspaper in here and a radio, so I kind of want to listen to some music.
Yeah, I'd like to enjoy this a little bit.
We've got a radio.
Yeah,
we paid
a podcast. We paid $15 for a radio.
Yeah, let's crank it up and see what's playing. I guess we'll play it out with that.
This will be our fade out.
Yeah, fade out. Oh, it's a radio commercials. All right, cool. Well, we'll just say goodbye because it's that time. Yeah. Any predictions? I say Final Countdown by Europe.
For
the fade out song. That would be next. I'm not gonna wait for it, but
sure. Yeah, we can go with that.
All right, cool. Stay tuned for another exciting adventure.